Have you ever wondered before you go to sleep what would happen if you put over 1,000 horsepower, over 1,000 Newton meters of torque through some really small diffs? Oh, I do. Talking about 1,000 horsepower and over 1,000 Newton meters of torque. I got this bad boy lying around. This is a 540 cubic inch big block supercharged, which makes ridiculous amounts of power. And all now we need is a chassis, a body, a front suspension, and brakes, and let's start blowing up diffs. I'm sure I got those kind of things lying around in the workshop. Let's go hunting. I got a body stashed over there, something different. It's not American. Come have a look. Come through here. This is where we do a bit of the painting, when we paint our buggies and so on. Now this body here has been here for like 20, 25 years. It's just a place where my painters put their rubbish. It's a army vehicle from Russia. We call it the gas. This was leftovers from the builds that my father built. My father loves to restore old cars, so sometimes we had to get ones where we just take parts from and I guess throw the rest away, but we never threw anything away. So here it is. I don't think the Russian designers ever imagined having 1,000 horsepower running through this body, but let's get it out and find the rest of the body. I know I have the bonnet, the grille. I might not put fenders on because it's just for something hooning around inside the workshop. So let's get it out and find the rest. Follow me. So this is what the gas looks like when it's in its original state, not like what we found over there. This is called the Gas 69. It was released between 1954 to 72. They were all used in the Indonesian military. So according to my father, this 4x4 has got one of the best suspensions. It has very unique shock absorbers actually. It's not like your normal shock absorber. It has like a square unit which is attached to the chassis, and it's got a lever like that. But compared to the Jeep wheelies, I heard a lot of people say that this is superior to the Jeep wheelies. Well, it did come after the Jeep wheelies, so it's not a surprise. It has a weird differential setup. It's like bolted together, but I've always loved this shape. There's not many left around, so let's try to find the grille for the cab that we found over there, and then we'll find the chassis. Let's follow me. I know I have one here somewhere. This is where we keep all the junk from all the car builds and stuff like that. This is my warehouse man. He knows where everything is. I'm sure we got one here. Ah, there it is right there. These are the fenders. Ah, nice gila. Ambil itu mas. Ah, here's the grill. That's what we need. Okay, as you saw the other day, we already got the body out. Now we have it all semi-mocked up. We got the big block engine here. We got the grill here. Now we are gonna make the chassis. I tried to look around for a spare chassis, but there's nothing that really suits. So we're gonna make a chassis. This is the kind of material that we usually use to make chassis, custom chassis. This one's going to be a box tube. It's about 10 centimeters by 4 to 5 centimeters. So we're just going to buy some from the local steel shop and start cutting away. Okay, I got my guys to go get some steel tubing, square steel tubing, to make the chassis. But before we can mock up the chassis, we need a few more things. We need the transmission and the front suspension. That's the most important thing that we will do today. Now the rear suspension and the rear diff, we can do that maybe tomorrow. My plan is to actually cut this cab, take off the tray, This is not original. This has been done maybe 30 years ago by the previous owner. So don't cry if I cut this up. This is not, well, most of it is not original. It's all patched up, all rusted away. It's nothing really to be saved from this GESS 69. So I'm gonna cut it here, close off the cab. The chassis behind will be bare. There's nothing going to be on top of it, so you can see all the diffs explode without being covered up. This car is originally left-hand drive. Depending on the front suspension, the steering components, I might leave it left-hand drive or I might convert it. My option, or what I would like to do, is actually leave it original because it has nice original kind of patina to it. And to make a roll cage, which I'm going to make a roll cage just in case we flip over, it's a lot easier if it's left-hand drive, because the roll cage from the top that goes down to the floor doesn't interfere with the brakes and the gas pedal. But my feeling is we need to actually cut a lot of this out of the firewall to fit the 540 big block inside. But then again, we don't know. We'll take the suspension out and figure it out. As I said, this is unscripted, so what you see is what you get. Okay, we have a bunch of suspension parts that I've kept for some time for a special project. So we're gonna unwrap this and see if it will fit under here. I'm gonna get Diff in here from the spare parts to help me unpack and see what each of these items are. I believe this is the front axle. We'll take that down. This is from USA. Total cost involved. Shackles, front shock brackets. These are the bars or the arms to hold the front end. Steering links. These are the U-bolts. More bolts. These must be the shock towers. These are the arms. Wheelwood brakes. I had these shorty headers, roughly about center output on the big block. But since we're making our own chassis anyway, I thought we'd put the long tube headers and provide more power, maybe a little bit more of 1,000 horsepower, and we'll make the chassis to suit those headers.